Welcome to Go Off and Create the podcast, a podcast where we talk to people about how they use their skill to go off and create. I'm Cam, your host, and today I'm sitting down with Courtney.
Hi.
Welcome, Courtney.
Thank you.
How do you go off and create?
At this point in my life, right now, it's just God and vibes.
Hey, I'm here for it. Because we're doing something a little bit different with the particular episode because it's more so like going off and creating a new path for yourself, if you will. And I know that can be the case for a lot of people. I'm not unfamiliar with Courtney. Courtney's not unfamiliar with podcasting, people. Okay, she's been on this podcast before. If you want to go to the past, it was also a great episode. Only there's no video to go with it, but now you can put a face to the name. So Courtney, welcome back to Georgia. Y'all don't know, but Courtney wasn't in Georgia, but now she's back in Georgia.
I'm back.
And now what are you doing? What are you doing with yourself as far as the new journey?
Yeah, so the new journey, I wasn't kidding when I said God and vibes, but also on the other side of that too is I'm pursuing becoming a realtor. So yeah, it's something new.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting. It's like on the other side of like apprehension is like excitement, right?
Right.
So you're like, okay, all right, we doing this. And so I just completed the course, and now the next step is just to schedule my exam, and we just out here.
We just out here. We all just out here, okay? We're all just out here. So when you schedule your exam, because I don't know much about like the realtor exam, of course, because I'm not a realtor. But like the exam, like how do you go about it? Like,
so you just really complete the course, and then you have to go and like register.
Okay.
It's like an online thing. You register, and then it has to be like a proctored exam and things like that. So no cheating. Yeah, I think it's like 4 hours or something like that. The course that I just completed allows kind of like the pathway to kind of walk you through how to take the exam and things like that. So I'm glad, because what I don't want to do is pay the right money to the wrong people. Okay. And then two,
the right money. I just caught it. The right money to the wrong people. I got it.
In this economy? No, thank you.
No.
And so it's pretty just straightforward. They like ask you for your social security number, all of the things. So like no cheating, no false identities, none of the things. Be an upright person.
Do you know like how, you already said how long, but do you know how many questions are on the exam or?
I don't know. I think I saw something that said like 152. In my opinion, that's like 80 questions too long, but also
you're like, but I'm not making the exam,
but also I get it. Like I appreciate the fact that they have it set up to where there's a, litany of questions that have different like varying levels of difficulty and things like that. Because you don't want just anybody helping somebody buy a home and making the biggest decisions of their lives.
Absolutely.
And you just like, it was a 5-question test and good luck.
Right.
No, so I appreciate how thorough it is.
Right. Just like, it's not like that with doctors, right? You gotta put in the work, right?
You have to put in the work.
100, maybe 150. I don't know.
Something like that ballpark.
I mean, but yeah, to your point, yes, it's good to have these kind of like, I was gonna say checks and balances, but I don't want to say checks and balances because it's gonna put me in a state, but
because that's a different tangent,
right? But yes, it shouldn't be easy.
Yeah,
even if some of these questions are probably the same question asked a different way, maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
But what made you want to start this? Because I've always told you, like, I think you have a great aura about you. I feel like you have like the gift of gab, so I feel like you do so well with people.
Thank you.
So I think you'll make a good realtor. But why did you want to go this direction?
Well, plot twist, I didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
This was something that I believe is an assignment. I had lost my corporate job. A corporate job lost me.
That's right.
At the end of December 2023, and I spent the first maybe 5 months wondering like, okay, what am I going to do next? Like I'm applying to these different jobs. I built an 11 plus year, 12, 13 plus year career off of leadership, management, those types of things. And now the jobs that on paper, I know I'm qualified for, rejection letter here. And the rejection letters came like confetti in my inbox. Just confetti, like truly. And it was really hard. And I felt so dejected because I'm like, what's happening. Didn't realize a shift was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked God, I was like, Lord, like, what do you want me to do? I was like, come here, Lord, let's have a seat. Let's
Sit
talk.
down. Come on.
Let's talk. And I was like, what is it that you want me to do? Like, I'm hanging on by a thread as far as like my mental health and trying to understand this like dissonance that exists between what my reality has been and what my current state is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what the heck? Like the no's are abundantly clear.
Yeah.
Where the yes is at? Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
And so I was like, and tell me what to do. I just like, I wasn't yelling, but I wasn't whispering.
He understands. He understands.
And I was like, tell me what to do. And then when you're telling me what to do, I want you to consider what gifts, talents, whatever that you've given me as to why you want me to do the thing.
Yeah.
Well, the next day my dad calls me. He's like, hey, let's talk. And I'm like, okay, Dad, what's up? And he was like, so don't get mad. I was like, okay.
Right.
Terrible.
If you start with that, like
now I'm ready.
Right now I'm ready to be mad.
And he said, so I don't think corporate America is for you anymore. And I'm thinking like, what? Because like once upon a time, working in corporate America, traveling for work and doing all the things, hitting a certain income level,
right?
That was a metric of success for me. And so I was like, okay, go on. And he said, well, don't you think like with your ability to build relationships with other people, your background in marketing, and hey, you can sell stuff. What do you think about becoming a realtor? And I was like, yes. That was my answer because in my secret place, I asked God, Lord, consider the things that you've given me, the gift as to why you want me to do the thing. So I gave God my immediate yes.
And he will use people.
He will use people and, I wrestled with it for like a year.
Yeah.
So this was literally a year ago to the day that you actually asked me to come in today. And I was like, okay, but I wrestled with it because I'm like, in this economy, like commission-based only, I'm used to stability, security,
right?
The golden handcuffs,
right?
That is working.
But it makes you feel secure. You feel like
it does, especially with the topsy-turviness of just the state of the world. The world is on fire and it is ghetto sometimes.
Right. Sometimes,
but it was hard and I wrestled with it and all of that. But on the other side of that, I realized that, Courtney, on the other side of your obedience is possibly your deliverance or your breakthrough,
Absolutely.
But also somebody else's.
Absolutely.
And you don't know who is waiting for you to do the thing that you're supposed to do. So that's where I'm at. It's resolved. I'm excited about this new journey, but just in the beginning, it was there was a lot of internal conflict, external conflict with me and the test and
Absolutely.
Studying and all that.
But I mean, I think that as we go through life, we should be evolving. We should be changing. This is not even career-based, just as a person. And so sometimes it is based on career. Sometimes it's just your purpose in life.
Yeah.
I think it's really great that your dad said that because I think you possess those qualities too. I don't know if I would have said realtor or not, but I'm like, you do possess those great qualities.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so I think that what he said makes sense though, because I'm like a realtor, it does make sense because you are definitely dealing with people. Or if you were just starting something of your own from the ground, which you still could with real estate, like you could start your own thing from the ground up. But yeah, I think all those are very much in alignment with who you are as a person. And so are you taking it day by day, or have you, like, now that you're on your way, are you like, all right, so this is the kind of realtor I'm going to be, or this is what I see, like marketing wise, or?
I think two things can be true at the same time. So all the above.
Okay.
I have been now just like, because TikTok is that girl. And so I've been, the algorithm does not miss, okay?
Yeah, right.
And so just learning what I can, even from as small as how to take the test, what things to prepare for. And then once you become a realtor, this is how it really is. Because the test is like the test, but then there's like the real world application, which I'm actually more of a tactile learner anyway. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking most forward to. As far as like the marketing and how I want to set up my business and things like that, girl, I'm just in constant prayer about it. Obviously doing works, right? Like faith without works is dead. So do your work as evidence of your faith. But it's more of just like, okay, God, I'm my own best competitive advantage. I'm the only me that there is. I got my background, my experiences, whatever it is, traumas even, that make me who I am. So I don't want to necessarily do something cookie cutter, copycat that someone else is doing. I want something that's more tailored to me because I can best operate there, if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. And I think that is the best approach. Just because I think everyone does pretty much the same thing now.
Yeah.
When it comes to real estate, I'm not talking about like all of social media, but like I see the same things. So, and I haven't seen everybody's realtor page, so don't hold it against me. But the ones I do see, it's like, usually they're very nice pictures, very much centered around the person, and like, I guess how many houses they sold, or it's a house tour, which you still should do house tours. That's very important. But I do think having something that's like geared towards you.
Yeah.
Obviously we're dope just because like you're dope. So
well, look, girl, thank you. And I feel like this, like people are going to go with a realtor that they feel that they know, and that there's this ease of just being able for them to communicate their needs and trusting that who it is that they've chosen will meet those needs and help them and be able to be a great resource and things like that. I know when I bought my house, my first house, well, it's the only house, but it doesn't matter. But my realtor, she was amazing. She was specifically geared towards first-time home buyers, and she really made the process easy. Now, this was during COVID when I thought everything was going to go to smoke, and I was like, might as well get a house. This is the best my credit might ever be.
It's the time.
So yeah, I took advantage of that, but I just appreciated, like it was such a big choice, and she was just there every step of the way, which was really helpful. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Now that I've had that experience, it's helped with me being able to get through the course. It's helped with me being able to study and things like that, because real world application and things like that, so that when I do encounter folks, I can speak from a place of, hey, this is a lived experience. Yeah. Let me help you. And also, what questions do you have? Yeah, absolutely. So you want to focus on just not home buyers, but, home buyers? Or are you thinking like you'll do homes, you'll do commercial, or? So I think right now, as part of this assignment, I think it's about brokering relationships with people who are purchasing either their first home or even their forever home, and anything in between too, right? I feel like that's where the creativity happens, but also the ability to just build real relationships and things. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to being a seller's agent. I'm not saying I'm opposed to being in commercial or anything like that down the line. Yeah. But right now, I feel like it's about brokering relationships with people and helping them get what it is that they worked hard for. No, that makes sense. So now that you're going through the process, do you still feel a little scared or a little like timid about the direction, or do you feel more secure in what you're doing? That's a great question. You're welcome. I would say that I don't feel, before I completed the course, because it took me a year. This is something that could take somebody else 3 months to complete. Yeah. Again, wrestling. I would say that I'm not scared because I've proven to myself just by completing the course that I can do hard things. And I realized that the more you do the thing that you're afraid to do, the more you realize that you're doing the thing that you used to be afraid to do. Right. So it's like fear is a thing of the past. Yeah. Like and I was asking God, like, Lord, remind me of this moment in the future when I come against another mountain. It may be a hill, it may be Mount Everest. Right. Like sometimes the mountains do be mountaining. Right. But when I do come against this next challenge, to remember this moment that I can do hard things, but also I can do all things through Him who gives me strength. So yes, I'm a little shameless plug for the Lord. No, always. We're gonna get on the Lord here in a second. No, but you keep mentioning, your faith like God. And so how important is it to have that with you on this journey, this new journey? Very important, because one, I'm called to be here, but also I know what it looked like before I was in right relationship with Him. And so I can't go back. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's where depression and anxiety was. That's where, the last time I was on the show, we talked about chill pill and mental health and all that. We're not going back.
No.
Kamala, okay? No. We're not. And so I just, it's so important. I talked to him about the small things. I talked to him about the big things, the ugly things, the pretty things.
Yeah.
The funny things. We have a time.
I know. No worry. I treat like he's my friend. I think like, yo, like, hey guy, like what's going on?
Right.
No, so I get it. But I'm happy to see you on this journey with God, just because, like you said, like the last podcast, but just knowing you for these many years, I don't think that you didn't happen with you,
right?
But you definitely weren't as outspoken as you are right now, and I think it's great because, of course, He doesn't want us to be shameful.
Yeah, And honestly, thank you for saying that because I mean, I've known God pretty much my whole life, but I didn't know Him enough to trust Him, and I definitely didn't know Him enough to be able to talk about Him in a public forum or anything like that. So my time away before coming back to Atlanta, he did some things. And so I'm just really grateful.
I mean, he'll make you listen. He'll get your attention.
He will. There is nowhere you can go that He will not find you and tell you what you need to tell you.
Right. No, but I think it's super important when you feel, whether you feel called or to do what it is you're doing or not, because He is definitely the curator of Go Off and Create.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, which you don't know, so I don't know why I said that. Just because that's the whole premise of Go Off and Create is because I believe that is what He wants us to do. I believe He wants us to take our gift, our skill, our talent, our creativity, and put that back in the world to serve others. So that is the foundation of Go Off and Create. That is why I like to highlight people going off and creating. It's for that reason, because everyone has something to put back into the world. Whatever that something is, it doesn't have to be creativity as in I'm a graphic designer. It doesn't have to be that, but just whatever that is. And in this case, it's, walking a new path, a new journey.
Yes.
And so I felt called to do that with this. And so you feeling called to go into real estate, even though that wasn't what you thought, And what I love about these particular kind of journeys is there's no rules or regulations. Yeah. You could do it for a year, 5 years, 10 years, and you may be like, all right, maybe I want to do something else now. And that's okay. Because that's something that real estate may lead to something else. You may be like, oh, wow, this is something here that I like.
Right.
So I might go from real estate to oh, I want to focus on this because I see there's a need for this. Maybe it's in real estate, maybe you'll be a speaker. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do think it's great that He has led you to this space because you're going to learn so much. You already are learning so much.
I am. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about myself. And I'm learning a lot about mortgages and math things.
Yeah. See, that's where I would have fell off because I don't math. Do you math?
I don't math.
Okay.
I do not math. So we gonna get through that,
right?
But the other
you're mathing now. You're mathing now.
But the other stuff, I'm just okay, we got this. And
absolutely.
I feel so supported by family, friends, folks at church. So, yeah,
that is so great, Courtney. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
So, how often do you? So you mentioned church. So, how often do you talk about this with your friends from church, or do you?
Every day.
Okay.
Yeah, every day. Prior to even just coming back to Atlanta, I was living in Houston, and so I was there for a couple of years, and I had moved a lot, honestly, just feeling unsettled and wanting to change up my environment. And environmental wellness is important. So that's, but when I was out there, I feel like I was stripped of everything that I thought that I was in control of. Stripped of my job, stripped of people who I moved to Houston for. I had friends from college and all that, stripped of that. And my relationship with them just changed, I think, the more I started taking God seriously. And it wasn't like my behaviors changed outwardly or anything like that. I stopped getting invited to things. Or, the calls are, few and far between if I'm not the one initiating and things like that. So stripped of that, stripped of all these things that I thought were in my control, things that I was banking on, and things honestly that I idolized and that I prioritized above God and stuff. And so out there, it was very lonely. I was so lonely that the loneliness kept me company.
That's wild. That's wild, Courtney.
But it's true. I was so lonely. And I was where I wanted to be. Like, I loved living in Houston. Amazing street tacos.
Yeah.
Hands down.
We went to visit Houston, by the way, with our friend Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Courtney showed us a great time. It was really great.
Yes, it was a good time. It was hot and humid, all the things.
But I wouldn't say humidity is great, but
I had the best skin of my life out there.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, neither here nor there. And so, having been stripped of all those things and asking God, okay, what's next? I don't have a job. I don't have income. Like, what is that? And the answer was realtor, move back home. So came out here, and I feel like I was being hidden prior to moving back here. So like nothing that I did was fruitful. All those jobs I was trying to apply for, unfruitful. Trying to make new friends, unfruitful. Dating, unfruitful. Like all of those things.
You're like, I want the things. And,
yes. Yeah. And I was wearing that pain and things like that. And it wasn't until I came back home where, the excess weight fell off. I learned how to forgive. This is my assignment. I'm meeting like-minded people. Yeah. And we have the same zeal for life, the same zeal for God, the same zeal for growing and being humble about what's next. And we don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Yeah. And so God is a restorer, and I am leaps and bounds in such a much better place logistically, emotionally, spiritually than I was before, because I feel like I'm aligned with God's will and what He wants me to do.
Absolutely. And I think the most important thing you said there is like going back home. Going back home is not a failure. And I'm just saying that because whether it's you or anybody else, like going home doesn't mean you're a failure. And whatever home represents for you, whether it's going back home to your parents or just going back home to the same state, it doesn't make you a failure.
Yeah, no, to be honest.
It's a rebirth. No, it's not rebirth, but it's a evolution, maybe. Yeah. Evolving.
Yes. And, the path is never linear. The path to healing isn't linear. The path to success is not linear. So it's just like whatever it is that's God's will for my life, that's where I want to be. Sometimes it gets uncomfortable because my will try to creep in and be like, but God, I want to go here. And you trying to pull me here.
And He's like, you're living in the flesh.
Yes.
Leave it alone.
But it's even more uncomfortable to be outside of His will and you just stuck and sick and broke and no,
you can't repeat the same thing, right? The hamster wheel, you gotta kind of like, all right, what's something different that I'm gonna do?
Yes.
And you gotta listen. Like that's the thing. He can guide you, but if you don't listen,
right,
it's gonna take longer.
Yes, it's gonna take longer, and you may have a bit more cracks and fractures than you would have if you had just
like I actually just did the thing.
Yes,
like, you're right.
Yes.
So, do you have any more words of encouragement for anybody who may be going on a new path, a new journey?
I would just say, give yourself grace and space to do what it is that you need to do. Separate out what it is that you need to do versus what you want to do. They aren't mutually exclusive. There's some, room to have them kind of combined, but I would say give yourself grace and space. Go outside, go get in the sun.
Yes.
Okay. Stay prayerful, but also be patient in the waiting. Don't grow weary while you're waiting. Don't grow weary in the well-doing. And it's okay to try new things. And don't let fear be some unrestrained passenger in your vehicle going towards where you need to go. Like what is fear doing?
Right.
Just taking up space.
Yeah.
It's
hard though, but yeah.
It is hard, and it is painful. Like my other tip is acknowledge how you feel in the moment. Acknowledge even where you're at. There's going to be good days and bad days. Like I cry every day. Proudly. I used to not cry. I used to pride myself on, nope, I only got 4 emotions on standby and none of them is,
crying is not bad. It's a release.
It's a release. But also tears don't mean sadness.
It doesn't. It
Like,
could, but it doesn't all the time.
Correct. And so it's okay to cry. Do the hard thing. Do the thing that you're scared of doing, because more likely than not, that's where you're called to be. The thing that you're running from is likely where you're supposed to be, and you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who's going to impact you. You don't know who you're going to impact. And yeah, like it's not linear. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with God. And hang on.
Hang on are very true words. So do you want to tell the people they can follow you at? If you want people to follow you, if you don't have to. But...
Well, I mean, my Instagram is just XO_CP. I'm in the process of building my real estate page and all the things. You have to be really careful. Like, you can't say like, I'm a realtor if you're not one. There's
right. Yeah.
It's all a bunch of like illegal things.
Yeah.
Old me would have said I'm on LinkedIn, but my LinkedIn right now is kind of like a graveyard of who I used to be. So, but yeah, I'm around. I will update you when, when it's time.
So stay tuned for when she does get those social media handles for her real estate, because she's going to pass it. She's going to do it, y'all. Let's all give her some positive fingers support. As for Go Off and Create, you can follow us on Instagram at Go Off and Create and YouTube at Go Off and Create. I think those other Substack. On Substack, as I'll Go Off and Create that as well. And that's it. Peace.